Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. Welcome 2026. It is time to clean yet again, and it was time for me to get some order back in this house, right? We got a new year, need to have a nice fresh space, and starting with the tree, I realized it was time to take my tree down when I stopped lighting it. I loved coming home from work, turning on the tree and just sitting by that twinkling lights, but when I stopped doing that, it was time to get it taken down. And while I was at it, I started some spring cleaning tasks in the kitchen, so we'll see that. But before I get too far into this, my name is Jay, this is my home, and I am so glad that you are here with me today. I hope that you all had a good holiday season and that you are back in the swing of things. I know some people are against New Year's resolutions, but I can always use the promise of a new start. It just motivates me, and I'm not saying I'm successful, but I do like kind of reflecting and making maybe some promises to myself for what I want to do in the upcoming year. And I will say in 2025, I finally lost weight. Finally. I mean, I lost about between like 21 and 24 pounds. So, and I kept it off. I've kept it off even as my eating kind of ebbs and flows in terms of good versus bad. I've kept the weight off. So this year I would like to get even more weight off and just be happier, and I will be happier when I get the weight off, okay? When I can start wearing all my jeans again. I have some jeans because I love an elastic waistband, or maybe you don't know, but honey, you put a drawstring on a pair of jeans, I am in them. But it would be nice to look at myself in the mirror and be happy with my body and just know that I'm doing what I can to be as healthy as I can, It's good to be healthy. So in 2025, I accomplished that goal. Very, very proud of myself and hope to continue in 2026. I have some lofty financial goals this year. I am recommitting to the finance journey. I need to start doing my cash stuffing again. Although I will say, since they've got rid of the penny, I've been paying everything with cash because I need my little coins, okay? I don't need anybody rounding my totals down to keep my little 2 to 3 cents. I need that. So I made cash stuff just for the purposes of putting the money back in the bank. Or, I mean, at the end of the year, I cleared out those envelopes to pay for my Christmas gifts. So that was very handy I had a whole cash binder that I forgot about, so that was a nice surprise. So I do want to recommit to accomplishing some of my financial goals because I want to be debt-free in the next 5 years. My student loans give me a little bit of pause because I feel like I just kind of want to drag those on until I DIE, but we'll see. We will see, but I would like to be debt-free in the next 5 years, but while also like taking more trips. I want to take a big international trip in September, I'm thinking. I mean, the longest flight I've ever taken. I want to go to the other side of the world, and I'm already looking, and I'm going to do it. I may need to go see a therapist to get some drugs to put me to sleep. I may need to look on the black market for that because I don't know if I can do a 16-hour plane ride. I just mentally, I don't like heights. I don't like planes. 16 hours. You don't need to see me on the news in some TikTok video about that girl that freaked out on a plane, was crying, screaming, throwing up, running around, passing out, waking up again, crying. I don't need that. I don't need that to be my reality. So I'm going to have to figure something out between now and September. But I do want to plan a big international trip. Just one country, but it'll be expensive. So I want to do that. What else? I want to start doing more house projects again. For instance, in the living room, I need to paint the baseboards. It's funny when you look at something for so long, it becomes normal. When I got my floors redone, if you're new here, I had my floors redone last year. That was also a goal that I wanted to like financially afford it and get it done. So I did that as well. But there is trim around the baseboards. The baseboards, though, they should be white and they're brown. So I have brown baseboards and white trim, and it looks tacky, but I've been staring at it for weeks and months now, so I don't see it. So I need to get back on my house project grind. I need to finally redo my primary bedroom closet. So yeah, those are some of the things that I want to focus on this year. The basics, health, finances, and experiences. So yeah, nothing too crazy. But if you have any goals for this year, I would love to know them. And I also need to start dating because I'm not getting any younger. And women's fertility tends to decrease, it degrades over time. So I really need to take it seriously. Okay. I need to take it seriously, but we'll see. Coming into the kitchen, I need to replace these chairs. They are so crappy. I got them on Amazon, and there's just so little money and so many projects I want to do, so many handbags I want to buy. I just can't do it all right now, but I need to replace those chairs because they're terrible. And watching this video back, I'm like, wow, please buy some new chairs. But going off of that, I would like to start maybe replacing some of the furniture in the house, more the storage furniture. I'm moving away from the IKEA cube storage, and a lot of the stuff in this house I brought over from my last house, and the stuff that still looks good with the color scheme I have going on. It's a very warm toned house, a little dated, but it's an older home for sure. But my previous house was like millennial grayish blue. So all my furniture fit in that house. So I want to slowly start maybe moving pieces out and try to look for some nicer pieces to put in this house. For example, behind my couch in my big living room that I use all the time, I have a set of IKEA cubes, and they're in kind of the washed wood, so they're not white, and they look okay. They have baskets in them, but I would just like something nice there, I don't think it's called an armoire. Maybe. No, and armoires are tall. Like some sort of nice little low cabinet with doors, maybe glass doors or something, but I would like to start maybe putting in more permanent furniture in the house, not just cheap-ish, because IKEA is not as cheap as it used to be, but not temporary furniture. Even though I've used these cubes for years and years, I've moved them house to house. I would just like to maybe get some nicer furniture. I'm just starting to really look at my surroundings and think of what can I do to improve and just maybe elevate my space a little bit. After I finished filming this video and cleaning on this day, I went through my cabinets and I purged about 50% of my dishware. I love mugs, coffee mugs. Well, I love coffee. I like a hot drink any time of day. I'm drinking a coffee right now and it's 5 p.m. Not the best idea, but I didn't have any more decaf coffee. So I love coffee mugs, seasonal ones, cute ones, funny ones. I love like tumblers and trying all the different cups like Swig and Brewmate, and it's just a lot. It's too much stuff. I was running out of room in my cabinets. I'm like, how are you running out of room? You live alone. How are you running out of room? So I went through my cabinets and I decluttered about 50% of the stuff. Icon glasses. I am pretty easily influenced, I will say. Now, I don't blindly follow influencers, but if they seem trustworthy, even a smidge, I'm hooked. I'm hooked and I want to try what they're trying because I love to try new things, but I have a lot of things in the house. So I did go ahead and purge, and I purge pretty regularly. I'll go upstairs, I'll take a shower, and I'll put on my pajamas, and I'll be ready to get in the bed. And I'll just be like, you know what? My pajama drawer is too full. And I'll just go in there and declutter it. So I don't make dedicated declutter videos because I just declutter on the fly when the urge strikes me. But I did declutter my kitchen cabinets, and I'm very proud of myself. Does that mean that I won't buy new tumblers? It does not, but so far I've been really good. And it helps that the past holiday season, I feel like the products in the stores were so cheaply made and lazily designed. I really didn't want to buy anything new. So I've begun decluttering a little more seriously because there's just no reason that I should feel like I'm running out of space in this house. There's no reason at all. Speaking to the declutter, so I have these humongous storage bins. I was on YouTube when all of the cleaning ladies were transferring their holiday decorations into those big black bins. And so I did that. I went out and bought them. They were expensive. I think 5 of them. And of course the bins were so big and heavy, it was too hard to move the stuff around. So I have these bins. So you'd be proud of me. I was like, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to put them in the attic. There's no reason I'm not using my attic other than fear. And that's childish. So I pull down the hatch, and as I pull down the ladder, some leaves and stuff fall down, which is normal, spider webs, whatever. So I go to sweep up the pile and I see little black things. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And they weren't dried out. They were not old poop. It was new. And I live in an old house, as you can see by the tone of my cabinets. I've dealt with mice before in the house. It's very normal. I'm not saying this to shame anybody. It is extremely normal to have a mouse in the house, to have several mice in the house. Very, very normal. I just don't want to deal with that because I'm always terrified. So I clean up the first pile of leaves, and I pull the ladder. It's like comes down in like 2 sections. I pull the second section down, and this big scat hits the floor, big and fresh. I'm like, no way, no way, no way. So I put the ladder back up and I went on my Thumbtack app and I reached out to some exterminators, and somebody's coming in 2 days. So I sent him a picture of it and he said it looks like squirrel poop. And if you've been here, you know that squirrels are my enemy number 1. I hate squirrels. I've already paid to get them out of my chimney. They tried to come in again this year. They dig up all my flowers. They are disgusting and I hate them. And now they apparently might be nesting in my attic. So, but he only quoted me $250, which I used to pay for this other pest control company when I first moved in, because when I moved in, the house was like really dirty. It's a whole thing. It's a whole backstory. But I paid this company to come in and seal up all the entry points because that's what you have to do with rodents. I looked at my invoice. Don't you know I paid them over $800 just in my sheer desperation? Over $800. So when the guy said $250, I'll come in 2 days. I'll seal all the entry points. I'll clean up the poop. We'll get rid of them. I'm like, God bless you, sir. So we're doing that. Yeah. So I just, if it's not one thing, those damn squirrels, man, they should be eradicated like snakes, truly. To scrub the upper cabinets, I'm just using hot water and Dawn. And you'll see in a minute, I did have to put on gloves because the water was really hot. So I just threw some Blue Dawn in a little bucket, and I'm using a little sponge, kind of like a Scrub Mommy dupe that I got from Dollar Tree. I don't know how much they are. I don't know what's going on in the Dollar Tree nowadays, but I bought a bunch of packs of these sponges, and they're just so easy to use, and they're not as expensive as the Scrub Mommy, so I always have spare sponges on hand. And yeah, just regular Blue Dawn, because last time I cleaned the upper cabinets, I want to say I used Fabuloso or Mr. Clean or Lysol. I used some sort of harsher cleaner, and I felt like it was stripping the cabinets, and Lord knows I cannot afford to get these cabinets redone. Are you crazy? So Dawn cut through the grease really easily, and then I would wring out my sponge so it was not too wet, scrub it, and then go back over it with a microfiber cloth to dry it. So just so that, I'm so sorry, I'm tongue-tied, so that there wasn't moisture sitting on these cabinets. And I only did the upper cabinets because I was already getting tired at this point, honestly, and they really needed it. My lower cabinets definitely get cleaned more often because I feel like they just look visibly dirty way more often. So I tend to clean those more frequently. I did cut some of this out because I feel like we kind of get the point. I don't want you guys to get bored. I still, even after making YouTube videos for 2 years now, I'm still kind of unsure about the speed of the video and like how fast should it be. I don't want to make people nauseous or how much of something I show, because I can show you me vacuuming for a whole video. And I've seen videos like that where they'll just fold some clothes, vacuum, but I just do my best over here. As you can tell, I'm not really worried about growth. I greatly enjoy these videos, and I love your comments and the feedback and the interaction. And yeah, it's very, very cool. So I've also thought about redoing this part of the kitchen too. I would love to have a hatch or a vent. The oven thing, I forgot the exhaust. I would love to have a real exhaust fan that goes out to the house, but then where do I put the microwave? I don't want to put it on the counter. So I don't know. I will probably just end up leaving it. And if I decide to leave it, then I need to tile the backsplash behind the stove before the wall gets any more stained from me cooking constantly. But I have often thought about redoing that section. And here's how my water looked. Nothing too crazy, but I can tell you I definitely felt better just touching the knobs and being in the kitchen. That task was done. It just feels good. And it really didn't take long. Even though it seems like it took a long time, it really didn't. think I've pulled out the stove since it was installed in this house. Oh, 3 years ago now. Honestly, I don't think I've pulled it out since. So I was quite impressed with how it looked back there. Now the sides looked pretty crummy, but I was pleasantly surprised with how the floor looked. I know it looks bad, but it didn't look as bad as I thought it would. And if you see that metal sheeting on the wall, when I first moved in, that was part of sealing up the entry points, like for mice and stuff, because a lot of times they get in the walls naturally through the roof or outside your gutters, downspouts. And when they get in the walls, they can get in behind the stove. So I had the people come in and seal that. This Easy Off, stunning. It's so good. It's so nice to have like the power of Easy Off in a foam, because I love foam cleaners. And I promise I'm not sponsored. I know that sounded a little bit like a commercial, but I watch a lot of TV. So I'm not sponsored, but I think I purchased mine at Target, and it makes it so much easier to clean the oven, which I don't do often enough, but I did do semi recently. You just spray in the foam, let it sit for a while, and just scrub it out. And to clean behind the stove, and I'll also do behind the fridge, I kind of employed a vacuum clean vacuum technique, which is how I used to clean my floors now that I think of it, and it's pretty efficient. I do a vacuum first to get up all the loose bits, and then I scrub it. I started with a Clorox wipe, and that was not doing it. So I had to grab a sponge and scrub the grease off the floor. And then after I've scrubbed it and dried it, I go back over it with the vacuum again just to clean up anything that I've dislodged. When I was back here, I felt like the metal wasn't quite enough, so I just took some steel wool and I was plugging that hole, even though the metal is sharp, so anything that tried to get under there would be like cut and hopefully killed. But then who wants like a half dead mouse behind the stove, you know what I'm saying? But I did take some steel wool and just go ahead and plug that hole. And as a homeowner, steel wool, top tier, you need it. And here I wanted to show you just how easy it was to get that food and stuff from the side of the cabinets or the backsplash really easy. I just used a Clorox wipe at this point because I was like mostly done cleaning behind here, and it just came right up. Although watching this, I did neglect a drip that's like right under my armpit, but I did not see it when I was doing this. If you have any tips on how to get the oven door sparkling clean, let me know, because I scrub that thing down, and I even used like a scraper tool, and I think she's just permanently streaked with brown. I don't know. But I tried to be productive and replace my oven light, and of course I bought the wrong light bulb, so I just took a picture of it. But yeah, you could just replace the light in your oven if it goes out. I know, color me surprised. I Googled it, and of course I found the model for my stove, but it had like a bunch of different versions of it, so it didn't tell you which light bulb. And then behind the fridge, it was mostly just dusty. It wasn't too dirty, luckily. I mean, that outlet is nasty, but that's from before I came in. I moved in here, but man, that thing probably should be replaced at some point by somebody else. And I did not open the back of the fridge and clean the coils. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to, but I got nervous because I've never ever done that before. So I just cleaned up the dust and the dirt and sparkling clean now. And I have a copper water line, so I wanted to make sure to not damage that. And here is how my little rag looked when I was done with all that cleaning back there. So just wrapping up in the kitchen, and I also did clean the living room, but this video is long enough, so maybe we'll save that for the next time. But I got done what I wanted to get done this day, which was that tree and my living room and the kitchen, and I was very, very happy. So I figure if you've made it this far in the video, you're one of my OGs. You know, we've developed some sort of relationship, and so I have been thinking about making handbag videos. Now, I'm not asking anybody if you want to watch handbag videos, because I know that's not what this is about, and I would not at all be offended if nobody from my cleaning videos watched my handbag videos. But I do love bags. It's kind of my latest obsession. It's been lifelong, but recently I've been really into it, and I've been watching a lot of handbag videos, and I thought it might be fun to just do like a month in review every month for the whole year and see how that goes. Just talking about handbags I've acquired, maybe what I've used, what I've loved, what I've sold. So what do you guys think of that? And again, I'm not asking any of you to watch it, but I think it will be interesting. Do you think I should try it out? I'm not starting another channel. I can hardly keep up with this one. So it would just be a video that goes up, and people who find it watch it, and people who don't care for that just ignore it. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. And I'm sure because it's out of my niche, the algorithm will just push it into outer space. And that's okay too. The less people that watch, the less pressure that's on me. But even just for me to know that I've done it and to be able to talk about my handbags with somebody, I think it would be like really interesting. So I've been thinking about doing that. And of course, I want to have a video up every other week. I really, 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 really want to do that this year. And I just appreciate you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. And I will not stop making cleaning videos. Even if I introduce something else, these videos will always exist and be my primary video because that's what I like to do. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. And yes, I hope to see you again very, very soon. Hopefully when I'm less tired, so I'm not as tongue-tied.